Next one for Dr. Malthouse. Regarding the HOPA, what can people do to let the government know? We want the boards to be composed of people who understand the needs of patients.
Well, you know, there's a systemic problem with medicine in Canada, probably actually in the world, but healthcare in Canada, particularly in our province. And so there are many different aspects to it. I don't think you're going to get this HPOA taken back by the government. I don't think so. I think they're fully invested in it. And you might think the same thing, because I'm sure you've got a view on this, but I don't think they're going to repeal that act. But I do feel that at least the promises of the Conservatives of BC and some independents that I know as well is that if they get into power, they will reverse the act. So I think that getting out and voting is the most important thing that we can do at this stage to get that act out of the way. But I think the thing is, though, that we do have a problem with medicine, and I think what's happened these last years is revealed weaknesses. Certainly there's a weakness in the ethics of the practitioners. And we've seen this. They have to stand up for their patients. They're more afraid of losing their jobs. I'm not saying this is right across the board, but we certainly see this flavor throughout medicine. And people have lost their trust. And so what is it going to take for medical practitioners, healthcare practitioners to regain the trust of their patients? That's a tough one. That is tough, because once you've betrayed your patients, it's almost impossible to get them back. And unfortunately, the generation that's coming up, I don't think they're any better. I don't think they're more morally sound than the doctors that were already. We do have to appreciate that there was a psyop done here, that propaganda through the media and so on was used to attack doctors way back. So we've always had this idea of algorithms to treat patients, and then it eventually ends up with a pharmaceutical drug at the end of the algorithm. And so doctors have been trained that that's the way to make diagnosis and give the appropriate drug. And AI is going to challenge us with that, right? Because AI, by patients, some studies have shown that AI is thought to be more empathetic than doctors and more accurate. And if you can't get in to see a doctor, of course, you're going to go into a booth where AI will treat you. So I think this is an issue. Ethics, morality is really important, and connecting to patients again, because most doctors are now at the end of telephone, telehealth. Prior to that, they were looking at the computer screen and not looking at the patients. My patients judge that compassion is most evident when a doctor pays attention to them. And that's been lacking in the exam room for some time. So there are a lot of things that need to be changing. And then finally, when Rockefeller medicine came in, it was an idea of diverting the money into the hands of the regular doctors who were prescribing pharmaceuticals for everything, which was a band-aid at the best, stabilizing someone, but in most cases, it actually made the patient worse. So you created a revolving door of medicine where they go out, they come back in. And doctors say they don't have time for empathy because they're too busy. Because they're stuck in the paradigm where they're actually not curing people at a deep level. They're just putting band-aids on them, and then they go out and another disease is being created by the side effect of the drug. So I think we need a real paradigm shift in medicine, healthcare in general, as part of the package. So we need ethics, and we need a paradigm shift. We need doctors and healthcare practitioners to figure out what makes them different from artificial intelligence. Because if you act like a machine, you will be replaced. So what makes a human different from a machine? And that's an investigation that we're all going to have to undergo here, particularly in the medical profession.